Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new Ninjago video here on the channel. My name is TannerFishies. In today's video, oh boy, we have a new Ninjago controversy to talk about. It seems like every day LEGO and Ninjago are getting themselves into more and more controversy. This time, we are specifically looking at some new details that were just revealed surrounding the upcoming Ninjago Legends sets. The Fire Knight mech seen here, and the Guardian Dragon seen here. Now, these two sets have both had early reviews posted by multiple people. A lot of people did end up getting these sets early, whether it be just finding them out in the wild early or through the LEGO Ambassador Network. And while I have not watched any of those reviews personally, I have heard some stuff about these sets just based off of what you guys have told me. And my oh my, are people not happy with these Ninjago Legends sets. So let's start with the Guardian Dragon. Now, the main issue that people have with the Guardian Dragon here is the lack of articulation. Apparently, the legs are just completely static and unmoving. There is no way to pose the legs at all. Apparently, they are just built like you see them here. You can't move them, you can't adjust them. At least that's from what you guys have told me. And I gotta say, if that's truly the case, it's a little disappointing, because you're gonna tell me that LEGO is gonna charge this amount of money for a set that has very limited articulation. Now, again, I understand this is a display model at heart, and as such, there probably should not be an emphasis on articulation. But then again, we have the illusion that there is some type of articulation here with the way that the legs are built. Now, apparently you can actually take the dragon off of this little stand down here, which is nice, but if you can't like pose it, then what's the point, you know? You might as well just have it always be on the stand. Forever if that's the case. So that was kind of disappointing to hear about the Guardian Dragon, but that's not the biggest issue that people have with these two new Ninjago Legends sets. That actually comes from the Fire Knight mech. Now, the main issue that people have with the Fire Knight mech is that it is rather small compared to other mechs, especially recent Ninjago mechs. Now, if we scroll all the way down, the mech will stand at 10.2 inches when posed on the display stand. See, now that's something that people need to keep in mind. When posed on the display stand, the mech is 10.2 inches tall. Going back up to the pictures, yeah, the whole thing with this set is that, like the Guardian Dragon, it does have a display stand. And you can see here we have a couple of variations with, you know, the Fire Knight mech off the display stand. And then as you can see, we also have an image of it with the display stand. Obviously, on the display stand, it adds a fair amount of height to the entire thing. Now, compare that to something like Cole's Titan Dragon mech, which is a cheaper mech, mind you. It's about 20 bucks cheaper than the Fire Knight mech. If you take a look at this one's height, it measures over 15 inches tall. That's counting the tip of the wing, and actually measuring it a little bit more. It's even clocking in at like 18 inches tall from the bottom of the foot to the tip of the wing. At least that's how mine measures. I literally just got done measuring the entire thing. Still, there's about maybe 5 inches between the tip of the wing and the top of the head. And when you are taking into account the entire mech, from foot to the top of the horns there, at least how I have mine posed, standing straight up, it measures about 13 inches tall from tip of the wing to the bottom of the foot. Going back to the Fire Knight mech, on the display stand, it is going to be 3 inches shorter, which means it's going to be even more short compared to the Titan mech when you take it off of the display stand. As it stands right here, and I've seen images, you can find pictures of the comparisons online, the Fire Knight mech kind of stacks up to around the chest area of Cole's Dragon mech, which is definitely a lot smaller than what people were hoping the Fire Knight mech would be. Again, especially considering that price point. Now, don't get me wrong, the Fire Knight mech is still going to be a gorgeous set on its own. Same with the Guardian Dragon. Obviously, these are more so intended to be display pieces, not necessarily for play, so I guess size and articulation doesn't really matter, But I think a lot of Ninjago fans are kind of annoyed and upset because, again, these look to be these epic scale Ninjago sets costing a premium amount, and it seems like there's a lot of stuff missing that cheaper Ninjago sets have. And honestly speaking, obviously I don't have the Fire Knight mech yet, but if someone were to ask me, hey, which set should I get? The Cole's Dragon mech or the Fire Knight mech? I'd actually go with the Dragon mech. I think you are getting more size, out of your build, and also it's cheaper. So, and again, my Titan mech is posed like this, standing straight up. So from the toe to the horn, you are going to be significantly taller than the Fire Knight mech, even on the display stand. So, like I said, I do understand why people are kind of annoyed at this new Ninjago Legends controversy, if you will, because it is annoying. Again, we are paying these premium prices, for stuff that really doesn't feel all that premium when you actually get it in hand. Now, will I still get the Guardian Dragon and the Fire Knight mech? Absolutely, because like I just said, there are still many, many things to enjoy about these two sets. They are still gorgeous, some of the most beautiful Ninjago sets that I think we've ever seen, and I do like both of these individually. I just think when you start to compare it to compare both of these rather to other Ninjago sets and other Ninjago sets that are readily available, like Cole's Titan Dragon mech and other Ninjago dragons, like the Source Dragon of Motion has more articulation than the Guardian Dragon, also includes more minifigures, and is just more of a appealing set for Ninjago fans. When you compare these two sets to other sets, they start to fall apart, but by themselves, I think they are both just amazing. So obviously I'm still gonna get both of these. I don't feel like the controversy will cause me to skip these sets. I do still want both of these sets, and I still have pre-ordered both of these sets. Like I said though, I do understand why people are mad at these two sets. So with that being said, everyone, leave all of your thoughts and opinions down below. Does the new information about the new Ninjago Legends sets turn you away from them, or are you still planning on getting them? Or do you not even care at all? I totally understand if this doesn't really mean anything to you. I've just seen a lot of comments talking about this controversy. Figured I would share, give my quick thoughts on the situation. Like I said, I'm kind of mixed on it. Leave all of your thoughts down below in the comments, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys enjoyed, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I will talk to you guys again very, very soon. Peace.